Sunday, August 9, 2015. This is Mercedes Diesel Guy, and this is my 1983 Mercedes 240 diesel. I have been working steadily throughout the week, but as I've said, at this point in the project, I just kind of want to get it done, so I'm not taking daily update videos while I'm working on the car. I'm just concentrating on more of something more like a weekly update. And here's what I did in the past week. You can see I have the drive shaft mounted under the car. I've got new flex discs in, and I have the differential mounted up. Now, this all actually took quite a bit longer than I initially thought it would. It didn't take too long to get the drive shaft into place, but wrestling the differential into place was an entirely different matter. In theory, all you have to do is lift it straight up. The 4 studs on the differential go through 4 holes on the rear suspension subframe, and then there are 4 nuts and washers that secure the differential from up above. Now, there's plenty of room to get to those nuts and studs without the differential being bolted up at the rear mount. However, the difficulty I ran into was the angle at which the subframe was sitting. A couple of times I lifted up the differential and the rear studs would just barely start to go in, but the front studs were sitting maybe 2 inches too low, and given the weight of the differential, I really just couldn't wrestle it into place properly. Eventually, what I had to do was I had to use some blocks of wood underneath the front of the differential, between that and the transmission jack, in order to get the differential sitting at the correct angle so I could lift it up and bolt it into place. So I did that. The front flex disc is fully bolted into place and torqued down. The drive shaft center mount is loosely bolted up. It's not fully tightened down yet. And that leaves me where I am today. Basically, what I'm going to be doing today is I need to pop off the rear differential cover again. It's just loosely bolted into place, nothing much holding it in at this point. And then I need to pop out the 2 drive axle flanges one more time, just so I can make sure that the seals are properly lubricated. And once that's done, I will reinstall them, and I can also seal up the rear cover and bolt it down. Now, there's no gasket on the rear differential cover. Actually, what you have to use is an RTV sealant, and I have that, so I'm going to be sealing that up, and I will install the new mount and hopefully get the axles in and finish up the drive shaft. And if I have any more time after that, I doubt that I will, then I will continue on with brake work on the car. But hopefully this will be the last of the driveline work today. I'll update you with my progress at the end of the day. Okay, I'm at my stopping point for the day. As you can see, I have the differential rear mount installed, bolted up to the body, so the differential is now completely in place. Before I did that, like I said, I pulled the 2 drive axle flanges out, made sure the seals were nice and lubricated. The reason I did that was because I didn't want these flanges, when spinning, to tear up the new seals. So, did that, reinstalled each flange, made sure everything was nice and clean, and then I bolted on and sealed the rear cover. You can see the little bit of sealant sticking out here. You can see the rear flex disc is now bolted in place, and as I suspected, once the differential was mounted up exactly where it should be, then it was actually quite easy to bolt the flex disc in place. After that, I finished bolting up the center drive shaft bearing support, and really that was it. So when I get out here tomorrow, my task will be installing the CV axles. That's all in place now, and like I said, next time I'm out here I'm going to get the axles in, and once the CV axles are in, I can finish up the brake work on this car, that's all for today. This is Mercedes Diesel Guy. Thanks for watching.